Hello again. This is our second example of factoring quadratic trinomials. Remember, we're trying to find which two numbers, when multiplied together, will give us this constant number on the end, but when added together, will give us the coefficient on this middle term. So in our case, that means we're looking for which two numbers multiplied together will give us negative 45. But again, those same two numbers added together needed to give us a positive 4. So let's begin by listing off our factors of negative 45. Well, my first option of two numbers multiplied together that will give me negative 45 would be negative 1 times positive 45. Negative 1 times positive 45 equals negative 45. Vice versa, I could switch those signs around and say, well, a positive 1 times a negative 45, that will also give me negative 45. But those aren't my only choices. I could also say negative 3 times 15 and 3 times negative 15. Those factors multiplied together will also give me negative 45. But I have a couple more left. Negative 5 times positive 9 and positive 5 times negative 9. Those will also give me negative 45. Now I need to go through these lists of numbers and figure out, okay, well, which pairs of numbers added together will actually give me the coefficient on that middle term, positive 4. So starting at the top, we have negative 1 plus 45. That equals 44. That's not the coefficient on the middle term. I'm looking for a positive 4. So I'm not going to use those factors. Next on my list, I have 1 plus negative 45. That gives me negative 44. Again, not the number in the middle I'm looking for. Next, I have negative 3 plus 15. That gives me a positive 12. Still not the number in the middle. Next is 3 plus negative 15. That will give me negative 12. Still not the number in the middle. Next choice, I have negative 5 plus 9. That gives me positive 4. So these are the two factors that I want to work with. Now that I found the two factors of negative 45 that add together to give me positive 4, I can finish factoring my quadratic trinomial. And I begin by setting up two sets of parentheses and writing the variable I'm using, which is n, at the beginning of those sets of parentheses. Now the very last step is to take each of my factors and add them to the variables in each set of parentheses. But this time's a little bit different because my first factor is a negative 5. So I'm actually going to write minus 5 inside the first parentheses because it's a negative 5. My second factor is a positive 9, so in the second set I can still write plus 9. Again, that's because the 9 is positive. And there we have it. We factored our quadratic trinomial into n minus 5 times the quantity n plus 9.